Okay, I am going to start this video off with a little apology. I've been horrible with these videos, but I guess I've talked about that literally every time. But we are going to fix this, okay? Today, back to back, I'm recording my August and September video. So I'm getting those done where we all caught up. And then for the rest of the year, I'm going to be a lot more accurate, like dropping the video a week after the month ending, like within the first week after it ending. And I'm going to try to make more videos because shit just got so crazy and hectic. Now I have, even though I kind of have more things going on in a way, I also have less. You know, fuck it. I'm not explaining actually. Know what? I decided I'm not explaining. Fuck you. I don't deserve you don't deserve an explanation. Okay, that's mean. This is the most insane start to the video. I'm just talking shit and then apologizing for it right after. But that is why you come to the Dayton Has Something to Say YouTube channel, because you want to hear Dayton say something. And Dayton's saying a lot today, okay? I'm about to be sitting here recording for a fat fucking minute. So buckle up. Well, I guess these will be two different videos for you, so not as long. But let's get into fucking August. Let me give just a little August recap. Like, what were the vibes? Shitty. That's the answer. Shitty but hopeful, because my summer was awful. It was really bad. And August was also really bad. However, throughout the month of August, things started getting better for the first time in the summer. Like, it was the first time where things, like, actually got better, and I just ended up becoming a lot happier. Like, August, I became a lot happier by the end. September, I won't get into September too much because we're in August, obviously. September hasn't happened yet. We're talking about August. But September was back on the good train. And so we've gotten shit figured out, which is why I'm able to do this more consistently now. I'm out of that bad place that I was in. And now we're back in a good place. And that's a great thing. So we're going to run it. August. Let's see what August had in store. Number 10, the Wallows concert with Benny as the opener. This is last on the list. However, this month, you'll notice that in this month in September, there was a lot less bad things that I was consuming or doing or anything like that. Like, a lot of things that I was just trying to do things that I enjoyed doing because I just was in a bad place that wanted to get out of that bad place. And so, like, the end of this month and September, like, they aren't actually bad things. Like, this concert was good. However, it is the bottom because I don't really care about Wallows. Me and Ethan, my friend who you've seen in other videos if you watch all the videos. I actually don't know who watches these videos, really. I know Little Dill does, though. Shout out Little Dill. And shout out Tomato Trader, Jack. I know you have also watched them. Those are the two people who I know who watch these videos at least a little bit frequently. So shout out to you guys. And but yeah, Ethan and me went to this concert with his sister and her friend, and they were Wallows fans. Ethan used to be sort of a Wallows fan. I've never really cared too much for the Wallows. I liked that one song with Claro when it came out, but also, like, that was because I like Claro, and also because that song was everywhere. It was like I enjoyed that song. I still enjoyed that song, but I do find myself very bored by Wallows. So I'm sorry, Wallows. I feel like I don't even have like negative. I don't dislike Wallows. I just am bored by them lots of the time. Benny, however, love Benny. Benny goes crazy, and Benny was very fun, and the setup was crazy. Fantastic. The concert was worth going to just to see Benny as the opener. And we got shockingly close to Wallows, especially considering that we were not trying to, but we didn't realize that there was another stage setup because we were on the floor in the Thunderbird Arena by UBC in Vancouver. And we were on the floor, and we didn't realize there was another like stage setup behind us, but for the Wallows, we were like, we don't really need to be that close. Maybe we'll just hang out, chill back here. And then it just so happens that kind of we were right by where they were going to go. Like, they walked through the crowd and walked to the stage setup towards the back. And so we just went over there, and we were just like right at the front, right by them, which was so funny because there was just lines of Wallows fans behind us. Like, there was just so many rows of Wallows fans behind us. And I think we might have a guest. Hey, buddy, want to hop up? Come on, up here. We have a guest. He's walking away now. Oh, turn back around. You got to make up your mind. Okay, we may or may not have a guest. He is over there, and his name is Bruno. He is my dog. Anyways, we got super close to Wallows. Tons of Wallows fans behind us. It was a pretty fun concert. Mostly carried by Benny just because I really don't care too much for the Wallows. Plus, I was kind of getting tired from standing. Like, if that's the one problem with going to a show when you're like mainly there for the opener, is that you just, by the time that there's like the headliner who you don't care about as much, you're a lot more tired. Or if you really care about the headliner, you're like anticipated for it. But like I was kind of done with the concert way before it ended. But overall, still fun concert. Okay, let's keep it going. Number 9, the Paris Summer Olympic Games, or however the order of those words goes. Oh, this is how you want to come up? There's an open spot right beside me when you're making this video live. Oh my. No. We're not doing the video like this. We're not doing it like this. Okay. So the Summer Olympic Games, they were fun, I guess. I don't really remember many details about them at this point, to be honest. But I was watching them. Okay, your hand is right in my stomach. Thank you. And okay, Bruno, you were making this significantly harder. Summer Olympic Games were fun. I don't really have any thoughts about them. There was lots of bullshit going on Twitter with a bunch of people fucking freaking out about, oh no, there's trans people in sports. There were dumbasses freaking out about how there was trans people competing in fucking women's boxing and that it was actually men beating up women. And big shocker, there wasn't even trans women competing. Like, it was, like, one, I think trans women competing in sports is not a problem. There's literally guidelines in most like organizations, leagues, as to what like are the qualifications to be able to compete in women's sports, and usually it has a certain amount of like transitioning they have to go through, especially like medically. So there is already barriers. Like you cannot just say, oh, I'm trans now, I'm gonna go compete in women's sports. That's not how it fucking works, and no one does that, and no one has done that. Also, trans women do not dominate women's sports. There's a reason why there's like 1, maybe 2 people that people will mention. I guess now 3 if you include people who are not actually trans women, but apparently that doesn't really matter. Anyways, that shit was annoying about the Olympics. People freaking out over some bullshit that was not even real. And it was very heartbreaking. My heart goes out to first there's 2 boxers who are, okay, Bruin, serious. I'm talking about something serious right now, Bruin. But yeah, my heart goes out to the 2 boxers who were really harassed over. I mean, there was the one, I'm trying to remember Amon Keefe? I think it was Amon Keefe or something like that. Let me double check. I don't want to be wrong. It's been so long since the Olympics happened. Amon Khalif, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to, I forget who the other boxer was now, but there was another boxer too, I'm pretty sure also got attacked for it. My heart goes out to them. Congratulations on gold. I mean, you deserved it. You were crushing it. And I'm sorry that a bunch of dumbasses ruined that moment for you. But outside of all that bullshit, the Olympics were pretty fun. I mean, it was kind of fun to have so much like social media impact on the Olympics. Like, this felt like the first like TikTok Olympics almost, you know? Like, this just felt like there was a shit ton of TikTok videos being made by Olympic athletes. Okay, Bruno, what are you doing? Pick a spot. Where are you going? There's literally nowhere for you to sit right there. I was sitting right here. But yeah, the Olympics were fun, and that's about all my thoughts on the Olympics. I really had no thoughts on the Olympics because I don't remember them happening that much. It's been so long. It's October. Like, I am so late on doing this video. What do I got next? Number 8, Malibu Ken by A$AP Rock and Tobacco. This album I listened to because shout out to Bluster, or Bluster. I won't say another name because I don't know if everyone knows his name. But I started doing some editing for Bluster. You would recognize him from the like genre-phobic videos where he listens to all of the different genres of music, and because he tries something that's not genre-phobic. Anyways, I was editing something for him where he talked about this album, and I was like, you know what? I've never really listened to too much A$AP Rock at all. No idea who Tobacco is, and the cover was very interesting to me. So I listened to it. I really liked it, to be honest. Like, everything from this point on, I really liked. Like, the Olympics and the Wallows concert, I was like, I like this. Everything from now on, I really liked. And this album's very fun. The production is great. The rapping's great. It's just a very good album. Like, I just really enjoyed it. I don't remember my thoughts that specifically on it because I listened to it one time and I have not listened to it since, and that was in August. I think it was not. It has to have been in August. I put it in my August list. This might be in September when I will listen to this. I don't fucking know. But you can't tell either. So I listened to this in August because you don't know if I did or not. But I said that's enough about that. Number 7, Carry On Low by Sufjan Stevens. This collection of things is so interesting. It's so bizarre so far. Like, why are 2 of these albums here? Why was I listening to these? I don't actually know why I listened to Carrie Lowell. I think it was just because I was like, I think Ethan will like this, and so we listened to it together because I hadn't listened to it in a very long time, and I haven't really listened to it that much. Like, I listened to it like one time. I'm pretty sure like 2019. I think, and then listened to like a couple songs from it consistently after that for about a year, and then haven't really listened to any since then. But I mean, it's a very sad album. Obviously, I don't really need to tell anyone else that. And there's probably not a whole lot I need to tell anyone about this album because I feel like everything to say about this album kind of is always said about this album, so I don't really have any extra thoughts, but I enjoy it. If that's what matters to you, I enjoy it. Let's go number 6, 2 Star and the Dream Police by McGee. You know I had to hop on the McGee train. I had to. McGee is making some of the most interesting music I have heard all year, and McGee is just great. I listened to this whole album actually while I was in the hospital, waiting to get a checkup on my wrist, which we're all good. Look how far we've come. You guys can follow my progress through breaking my wrist and not breaking my wrist. Breaking my wrist and then healing my wrist. And everything about my wrist is perfectly fine now. Well, I can still, like, it feels slightly different. This is a crazy thing. Why did I do it again? But yeah, this album, highly recommend if you haven't listened to McGee at all, but I feel like, I guess McGee is still not that, like, popular. It's similar to Dijon, which also I got into Dijon very heavily this year, which is why I got into McGee, was because I got into Dijon so hard this year. And like, they're both kind of in a similar place where it's like, they kind of both blew up, but they, like, blew up to a certain extent. Like, they had, like, a small blow up. Okay, Bruin, your stomach's making crazy noises, and I do not trust you right beside me here. But yeah, this album's fun. I like, what is it, Alessis, or whatever the fuck it's called. That song is my favorite. That one's a banger. And I haven't been listening to a lot of McGee since I listened to this album. So I was listening to a lot of McGee before, and then I was like, let me listen to the whole album. And then I haven't really listened to much of it since, like, such haven't been in the mood for it. Speaking of what I've been in the mood for, number 5, Capper Songs by FK Twigs. I have gotten back into FK Twigs in such a huge way. I used to listen to FK Twigs back in, like, 2020. I really liked FK Twigs. Huge inspiration on my music, except for my music was not at all like FK Twigs because I just had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Like, my first album was kind of inspired by FK Twigs, but if you listen to FK Twigs, it's like doing that when you're, like, trying to do FK Twigs shit when you've only been making music for like 2 months is not gonna go well. Like, there's no way I execute it at all. So you can never tell that FK Twigs was an artist who I was inspired by when you listen to that older music. But she has come back in a big way in terms of my influence and just what I'm listening to. And I do think that she's probably one of my favorite artists ever, is now what I have decided. I really liked her back in 2020, and then I just, for some reason, stopped listening to her. And then, for some reason, was like, let me listen to her again. I think it was because The Crow came out. I saw The Crow poster, I'm like, I should listen to more FK Twigs, because I just kind of forgot to listen to her for a while. And holy shit, FK Twigs is connected with me harder than ever. So I listened to a lot of FK Twigs. So I listened to Capper Songs this month. I listened to Capper Songs a bit, maybe in its entirety. I don't really remember. Capper Songs I don't like as much as Magdalene and other FK Twigs shit. Like, I like her more artful shit. Capper Songs was more of her, like, kind of mainstream me, more pop R&B. I mean, she's always been making R&B, but it was more poppy, more like just a bunch of hit songs, kind of. And it's good for that, but it's not like the reason why FK Twigs is one of my favorite artists of all time. And you good, bro? Hi. What you doing? And yeah, so I really like Capper Songs. There's some bangers on it, but it doesn't have that, like, extra thing to it that, like, your eyes, are you going to sleep right now, bro? But yeah, it doesn't have that extra oomph that other FK Twigs music has to me, that kind of, like, that makes me be like, this is some of the best music I've ever heard. That's just why it's a little bit lower. Number 4, Imaginal Disc by Magdalena Bay. Got the Magdalena Bay hat on. I saw them live in September, so that will be in the September video. But this album was such a great first listen. Me and Ethan, because Ethan's, like, such a huge fan of Magdalena Bay. And I like Magdalena Bay quite a bit. I'm not as big of a fan as he is. Like, it's just kind of like I like their music and I listen to them a lot, but I don't like I would not say they're one of my favorite artists. It's basically all it is. But yeah, Imaginal Disc had a great first listen. Me and Ethan, we were just on a fucking Discord call with our cameras turned on. He was outside in front of a campfire. We were having a great time, and we were just listening to it together. Vampire in the Corner blew our mind. The album as a whole is just really good. I like it more than Mercurial World. I can't speak. Imagine Disc a banger. Songs like Image, banger. Songs like Death and Romance, banger. Sex, what's it called? Pure Sex, banger. Tunnel Vision, banger. Vampire in the Corner, banger. Watching TV, banger. Ballad of Matt and Mika, banger. It's a really good album. Like Imaginal Disc is really a lot. I need to get back into my fucking YouTube shit. I haven't just sat in front of the camera and talked like this in a while. I also have been spending a little more time by myself lately than I was throughout the summer. Like throughout the summer I was around a lot more people, so I feel like I haven't been talking as much in September. But yeah, that's enough about Imaginal Disc. Number 3, the Absolutely film by Dijon. I watched this film. This film is great. I watched it quite a few times. I showed it to Ethan. I was so far behind on the Dijon train. Like, I knew of Dijon and knew of Absolutely when it came out because I saw people talking about it a lot. And I was like, damn, I should listen to this album. And 2 years later I finally did it. Like, it took me fucking forever. But I did it though. I did do it. And I've fallen in love with Dijon. And this film is incredible. Like, just vibing together with your friends, just making music. It has such a good energy to it. It makes me feel so passionate about music. It just makes me happy to watch. But it's also like some of the moments are like there's some like it's so raw. It's so raw, so just like packed with emotion, and it gets kind of trippy sometimes. It's delightful. Highly recommend if you have not seen it at all. Bruin, what are you? You went down there just to lick the floor, and now you want to come back up? You gotta come back yourself. Yeah, I'm not carrying you up again. Jump. Yeah, there you go. Okay, this video is gonna be half me and Bruin just like bumping into each other. Okay, come back over here. Number 2. I Lay Down My Life For You by JPEG Mafia. New JPEG Mafia album. Let's go. Woohoo! Yippee! The album's great. That album's great. My brain is breaking right now. I'm trying to think of things I want to say about it. So I'm a big JPEG Mafia fan. He's probably the biggest inspiration on me musically too. I feel like if you listen to my music, it makes sense that JPEG Mafia is probably one of the biggest influences on me production-wise. And yeah, I just think JPEG Mafia is a genius. However, has been one thing that has been a problem with JPEG Mafia for me. Not really a problem, it's just kind of like a reality of the way his albums are, which is that none of his albums, at least as JPEG Mafia, because I would say the Ghost Pop tape, that one is probably my favorite album he's made. I would say this is probably ahead of that still, but up until this point, it was like that was kind of my favorite like album as a whole that he had. But then as JPEG Mafia, it was All My Heroes Are Cornballs was my favorite album. But I had this problem just with JPEG Mafia albums that it was just like there was never a JPEG Mafia album where I really was like, I want to listen to this from the start to the end and just go through all the way. Like, JPEG Mafia is honestly an artist that I like to listen to, like, just lots of his songs on shuffle or something like that. I'd never really listened to his albums as a whole very often. It just was not my preferred way to listen to his music. This album, however, I think is his best arranged album. I like the, sequencing, would that be a right way to describe how the album goes? I don't fucking know. But I think it's just kind of, it feels like it has no fluff. It feels like it gets very cinematic sometimes. There's some very, like, emotional moments. That one song where Steven Spielberg's daughter is singing to me, that shit's beautiful. And that shit made me cry one time. So, shout out to this JPEG Mafia album. It kind of has everything I want from JPEG Mafia. It's definitely what I think is the best JPEG Mafia album for sure. So, can't complain about that. But you might be like, Dayton, how is one of your favorite artists' best album? Number 2. That's because I revisited Magdalene this month. So, number 1 is Magdalene by FKA Twigs. I consider putting this number 2 just because it didn't come out this month. Like it didn't come out recently. And I was like, maybe I give it to JPEG Mafia. However, Magdalene might be one of my favorite albums of all time. And I just kind of revisited it in August and was like, wow. And it was kind of my first re-listen to it after not hearing it for a little while, kind of was the time that I realized that FKA Twigs is probably one of my favorite artists of all time. So I was just, I still am obsessed with this album, but there was a good point where like it was all I was listening to. And honestly, FK Twigs helped me feel a lot better. Listening to Cellophane made me feel a lot better. Cellophane, I'm doing a cover of Cellophane, so that will be interesting. That will come out soonish. I'd imagine within October that will probably come out. And yeah, just the album's so good. For like especially the first 6 tracks all the way to Fallen Alien. I think it's the first 6 tracks. One of the greatest 6-track runs ever. Then I think it has a couple songs that are like good but not as good. And then it might be I don't remember. And then you finish out with Cellophane, which is incredible. So I think it has a little bit of a moment where it's just like, okay, these are not, the best music I've ever heard in my entire life, unlike the rest of the album. But they're still solid, and then it has a fantastic closer, and I've just been obsessed with FK Twigs a lot lately. But that was my August. That was the general gist of what I listened to. I don't actually think there was a single thing I watched in there. I guess there's a concert. I don't think there was a movie or TV show. Did I watch a single movie? There's no way I didn't watch a single movie in August. I'm 100% missing something. But also, there's totally a chance. I mean, I remember I saw Deadpool and Wolverine for the second time. That was fine, I guess. I don't think it works well on a rewatch just because, jokes usually aren't as funny the second time you hear them. And I think the jokes carry lots of the movie because the story is actually not the story is not good whatsoever, but I still enjoy the movie. It's not a bad movie in my mind. It's not that great. I really did not care for it as much in the second viewing, but it's pretty good. It's fine. It's a fine movie. It's a perfectly fine movie. But yeah, that was August. I hope your August was good. Let me know how your August was in the comments. And shout out to anyone who keeps watching these videos, especially with how inconsistent I am with posting them. I'm going to try to be better. I'm going to try to post more YouTube videos. Hopefully, I'm going to try and do more reaction stuff. I'll try and do more with Ethan. We'll see. He just got a cat, so I don't know when any of these album reactions are coming because people keep asking us to do another 9 Inch Nails one, and I am so sorry to all the 9 Inch Nails fans, though we have not done it, even though in March we listened to it, and people still are commenting that they want us to listen to different 9 Inch Nails albums. Yes, I am failing to capitalize on the little success that I started to have. That is true. But shit just got so wild this summer. We'll explain more in the beginning of our 9 Inch Nails. I'm going to talk to Ethan today about it. We'll get another 9 Inch Nails reaction video going because people seem to love our first one. And we loved doing the first one, so we got to bring it back. We got to get on our shit again. But thank you, everyone, for being here. I love you, and I'll see you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.